In this video, we're going to take a quick look at how you're able to identify how much house you can afford. So hang on, let's get started. There are many different schools of thought on this topic, but we're going to err on the side of being conservative when calculating this number. Knowing how much house you can afford is important because you don't want to be house poor. You do want to be able to invest, travel, give to others, and have money set aside for a rainy day. If you can't afford the house that you're buying, you may run into trouble saving up for these things. Let's take a look at what they call the 28-36% rule. Most financial advisors agree that people should spend no more than 28% of their gross monthly income on housing expenses and no more than 36% on total debt. That includes housing as well as things like student loans, car expenses, groceries, and credit card payments. The 28-36% rule is a tried and true home affordability rule that establishes a baseline for what you can afford to pay every month. For example, to calculate how much 28% of your income is, simply multiply your monthly income by 28. If your monthly income is $8,000, for example, your equation should look like this. 8,000 times 28 equals 224,000. Now, divide that total by 100. 224,000 divided by 100 equals 2240. So, in this example, you shouldn't spend more than $2,240 per month in housing expenses, with housing expenses including homeowner insurance and property taxes. Depending on where you live and how much you earn, your annual income could be more than enough to cover a mortgage, or it could fall short. Knowing what you can afford can help you take financially sound next steps. The last thing you want to do is jump into a home loan that's too expensive for your budget, even if you can find a lender willing to underwrite that mortgage. The next step is to determine your total debt. Your debt to income ratio, or DTI, compares your monthly income to your monthly debt. People with high debt relative to their income will have a higher DTI and vice versa. This is an important number because it shows borrowers your bandwidth to assume more debt. The higher your DTI, the harder it will be to get a mortgage, much less a good interest rate. Many lenders won't consider a borrower with a DTI above 43%, and we are recommending not going above 36%, which most financial advisors will agree with. Monthly expenses are not counted in your DTI, only debt obligations. So you don't have to include things like utilities, groceries, or health insurance. Here's how to figure out your DTI. Add up your total monthly debt and divide it by your gross monthly income, which is how much you are paid before taxes and deductions. Add up your monthly debt: $1,600 for rent, $300 for car loan, $150 for student loan, and $75 for credit card payments, totaling $2,125. Now, divide your debt by your gross monthly income. $2,125 divided by 8,000 equals 0.265. By rounding up, your DTI is 27%. If you get rid of the $75 monthly credit card payment, for example, your DTI drops to 26%. If you use this 28-36 rule and keep your housing expenses and debt obligations below these amounts, you'll find yourself finding a house that you can really afford. And lastly, a good affordability rule of thumb is to have 3 months of payments, including your housing payment and other monthly debts, in reserve. This will allow you to cover your mortgage payment in case of some unexpected event. We really hope this video will help guide you trying to figure out how much house you can afford. If you're new to the channel and would like to learn more about the custom home process, please hit the subscribe button. Or if you're here in Houston and looking for a custom builder, visit us at our website at aspirefindhomes.com. Thank you.